Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's we're in the dungeon. Not really. We're in my basement. This is where I work out. We're getting ready to work out, but I wanted to do this 10-week carnivore update video. 2 weeks ago, I posted a video on how I was frustrated with the carnivore diet and got a huge response from the carnivore community. 10-week update. I took a lot of the things that everyone told me to heart. And I've tried to make changes in how I'm eating and what I'm doing. As you know, the biggest frustration that I had was that I hadn't lost weight. And at that time, 3 weeks. And it's now been 5 weeks. And I still haven't lost any weight. I'm still stuck at 333, between 332 and 334 pounds. That's kind of where it's fluctuated from. But in the last week, and well, today is Wednesday, so a week and a half. I've cut out pretty much anything other than water and coffee. I haven't had an energy drink since the Sunday before last, so exactly a week and a half. I haven't had a soda since then. I haven't had anything other than water with some electrolytes or a little bit of kefir milk. And really that was only about 3 glasses. Can't really tell much of a difference. Bloating isn't really an issue. I guess that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed is I haven't felt bloated since cutting out, energy drinks and things like that. I have had a little bit of unsweet tea and things like that just to help with caffeine issues and stuff like that. But overall, no energy drinks, no weird 0 sugar sodas or anything like that. The biggest thing that I've changed, though, is a lot of folks said that they felt like I wasn't eating enough. And so last week, my wife and I, or last weekend, she and I went on vacation. Just a short couple-day getaway. Went and stayed in Gatlinburg. And we cooked most of our meals. We ate out one time while we were gone. We were gone from Thursday night to Monday afternoon. During that time, we cooked most of our meals. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw a few of those. If you watched our last video, we did a cook while we were there at the cabin. If you want, you can go check that out in the link up above or in the description box. But we just smoked some ribeyes. We had ribeyes and hamburger patties and shrimp, and that was a really good meal. And then some of the other things, we had breakfast. So I've been trying to eat twice a day. Before I was only eating OMAD once a day, and a lot of you, like I said, had mentioned that maybe I wasn't eating enough. So while we were on vacation, I really tried to be more considerate and mindful of what I was eating. Like I said, went to 2 meals a day, was pretty much eating a late breakfast and then eating at least by 6 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening. And then we got home. I weighed when we got home, and I still hadn't seen any progress after trying for a week to do things differently. I know I shouldn't be looking at the scale that often. I know y'all are going to say that, but it's just something that I do. I can't. It's one of those things. I have to look at it. I have to see what I'm doing. And so I decided to finally take one other piece of advice, and I've cut out dairy. While we were on vacation, we ate quite a bit of cheese. We went through essentially 2 packs of a pack of Tillamook cheese and a pack of Kerrygold cheese that was delicious, but maybe that's the issue. So this week, the last 2 days, I've cut out dairy. I've not had any milk, not had any heavy cream. I've not had any cheese or anything like that. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you've been seeing what I've been eating. Like today, I had almost 20 ounces of ground venison with 8 pieces of bacon, a tablespoon of the Fatworks Wagyu beef tallow, and a tablespoon of Kerrygold butter. That was my breakfast for today. That's going to put me at about 160 grams of protein for right now. Venison is very protein dense, not very fat dense, which is why I added in the fats. But that brings me to the next thing. The only reason I know that that's almost 160 grams of protein is because as of yesterday, I have started tracking my protein and fat intakes using it's like a keto calculator app on the phone. So I put in what I eat. It kind of gives me a ratio. I entered my height, weight, and my goal weight, which, as y'all know, is 250 pounds. And it kind of calculates how much protein I should have, how much fat I should have, and since it's a keto calculator, it tells me how many carbs I could have to be able to do that. And then it gives you the calories as well. For me, I don't necessarily want to have as many calories as it's given me, because I'm just used to counting calories and watching how much I take in. But at the same time, I have to remember that I'm expending calories as well. So it's still putting me at a deficit if I stick to what their recommendation is. That's the biggest thing that everyone said, is maybe for a little while, start to track how much I'm eating, eat more, be sure I'm eating until I'm full, which I have been the last 2 days. When I ate my meal last night, I couldn't believe that I still had to eat as much as I did just to hit the numbers. Now, eventually I'll stop tracking, but for now I want to see if tracking and keeping up with the protein intake and the fat intake will actually, cause a shift in the scale, along with cutting out the dairy. So in 10 weeks on Carnivore, I don't have a lot of progress to report, other than, I started at 355 pounds. I'm down to 333 pounds, which is, for some people in 2.5 months, almost 3 months, that's quite a bit of weight, and that's good. And it is. I'm not, I was upset and frustrated in that last update video. But really and truly, to think of where I initially started at 384 pounds to 333 pounds, that's 2 pounds of dog food, or 2 bags of dog food of what we buy. 50 some pounds. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good chunk of weight lost. And I feel better now doing this way of eating than I did before. I was always bloated. I was constipated. I was having issues, getting out of bed in the morning. And now, I feel like I feel better. I feel like I'm more aware, more alive, more awake whenever I'm doing things. So I get it. It's not all about the weight loss. It's about overall health. And that's what so many of you say and so many of you tell me. And at the same time, that's hard to wrap your head around when you're first trying to lose weight. But as far as progress goes, I took these pictures here a couple of weeks ago. It was actually even before my 8-week update or 9-week update, 8-week update. And because I didn't really have any before pictures. So I took these pictures here, and, me looking at that picture, I still see the things that I don't like. But then I went back and scrolled through Facebook, and I found this picture. And this was at I believe, Valentine's get together for our church. And I look at this picture and I'm like, that's a different person, essentially. My stomach is huge. My shirt is super tight. And if I was going to put that shirt on now, I would be anxious to see what it would look like. I know I still have it. It's in the closet. And maybe I'll do that as my, before and after eventually, once I get down where I want it to be. But, that's the other thing that you all suggested, is stop looking at the scale and look at your overall well-being and your overall health and things like that. And that's something that I had to kind of realize and understand. And seeing those pictures, even though the first picture was from a couple of weeks ago, so who knows what it would look like now if I took pictures. And I wish that I had measurements from that first, when in the blue shirt, when I was at essentially almost my heaviest, or if not my heaviest, compared to now. I still haven't bought a tailor's tape. I don't know if I will or if I'll get to, but I think that's something that is needed to be seen, is that though I don't feel like I've made progress, though I don't feel like I've done a lot, improvements, seeing those two pictures side by side, it kind of opens my eyes a little bit, gives me more hope, gives me more encouragement, and gives me more confidence that what I'm doing is doing right and that I've made progress. So that's pretty much going to be it for this week's update. We're going to do these every week or so, and just kind of where my mind's at, what I'm feeling, and how I'm feeling as far as the diet goes. So if you guys want to follow along on this little weight loss journey, be sure to subscribe. If you want to support me, hit like or check out some of the links in the description box. I've got a Amazon wish list and stuff like that down there. No requirements, I guess, but if you want to, you can. Any kind of encouragement is much appreciated, and all of the encouragement so far is greatly appreciated as well. So, we're at 10,560 some subscribers, which is a number that I never thought that I would hit. And while most of it started out with barbecue, this carnivore diet, this carnivore journey has brought so many people together and to the channel. And with that, so much support has come along with it. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. You get to see more of what I eat, what I cook, and how I eat. And we'll keep doing what we're doing. I don't have any, inclinations of falling off the diet. I don't have any thoughts about, oh man, I really miss, cheeseburgers and whatever. We're having fun now that my wife is doing it with me. It's more fun. We get to kind of see what each other eats, see what each other is cooking, eat together more often, and stuff like that. So she's doing great. Maybe in the next little bit, we'll get her to do an update video, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. I appreciate you for watching. As always, stick with me. We'll see what we can do. Thanks, guys. God bless.